Namaskars to everybody. Friends, this renewed interest in knowing about what's happening in Jammu and Kashmir is because there is a government in that state today which is seen by many as a very unusual type of arrangement. I welcome this interest. I understand the apprehensions, the doubts that are there behind this curiosity, interest to know about what is happening in the state today. And not just the audience in this hall, but many more in the country today are keenly watching the developments in that state, especially in the aftermath of the recent assembly elections and the formation of a government by BJP, PDP. Friends, I assure you, that for BJP, nationalism is the sheet anchor of its ideology, and Jammu and Kashmir has been a very important signpost in that nationalist ideological pursuit. We will not do anything that will be against the interests of our country, its unity and its sovereign interests. There was an election few months ago in Jammu and Kashmir. The BJP has been fighting elections in that state. This was not the first election that we fought in Jammu and Kashmir. We have been fighting elections right from 1950s. Initially under the Praja Parishad banner, then Bharatiya Janasangh, then ever since Bharatiya Janata Party came into being under the Bharatiya Janata Party banner, we have been fighting elections in the state. We have been exposing the cause of India's unity and integrity, and Jammu and Kashmir as an integral part of our country. But in all these years, we have never secured a big mandate from the people of the state in so many elections that we have fought. And naturally, because of our ideological convictions and because of the kind of identity politics that are practiced in the country, in Jammu and Kashmir, BJP used to be seen as a pariah, as an untouchable Hindu right-wing party, especially for the parties based in the valley. BJP within the state's politics is an untouchable. There was a very big agitation in 2007-2008, popularly known as the Amarnath Andolan. Many of you might have followed it at that time, and probably you would recall that for 60 days, entire Jammu region was shut down for a very genuine cause. And there was a state assembly election in 2008, BJP was at the peak of its popularity. And in that election, we secured some 15% vote and some 11 seats. So at the peak of our popularity, this was what we secured in 2008. But in 2014, the massive Modi wave that was sweeping across the country, even Jammu and Kashmir could not escape from that wave. And you will be happy and surprised to know that in that election to the parliament in 2014, the BJP has secured 33 percentage point of votes in Jammu and Kashmir, highest in the history. Interestingly, it is higher than the national average that BJP secured. BJP's national average was only 31.4, whereas in Jammu and Kashmir, the vote that BJP got was 32.6, 1.2 percentage points more than the national average. Naturally, there was a lot of jubilation in the state. Cadres who have been working for decades on, without any hope of ever coming to power. Because they knew that as BJP we would never stand a chance to come to power in Jammu and Kashmir because of the very peculiar political situation in the state. But they have been carrying the flag of the party. They have been fighting for the cause of the people, cause of the country, cause of Bharat. But then the parliament election, Prime Minister Modi's popularity gave a feeling to our Karyakartas that why not we try? Give a big push to our efforts. Try to take a big leap forward. So a decision to give a call for 44 plus in the assembly election was taken. Now 44 plus, to put it very simply, means that BJP wants to secure more than 44 seats. That's how normally people understand. But friends, when we coined this 44 plus slogan, that was not there at the back of our minds. Securing 44 They all sit together. They review the situation. They discuss about the disturbed areas. No harm. But aage jaakar, further we said in that same paragraph, this as a consequence would enable the union government to take a final view on the continuation of AFSAPA in these areas. The decision about what needs to be done with regards to AFSAPA has been vested with the union government. It is in the hands of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, don't worry. Have faith in the union government. So we have taken a very, very calculated position, very measured position on Armed Forces Special Powers Act. Then there was this question of having negotiations with Hurriyat Conference, which is again a very dear subject to PDP. Now, as a government of the state, you talk to everybody. But as government of the country, as the union government, government can have its choices, its preferences, as to talk with whom and not talk with whom. We said in our common minimum program that talking to all internal stakeholders, the word we used was internal stakeholders. The very meaning of internal stakeholders is whoever is being engaged with is only an internal stakeholder in Jammu and Kashmir. He is neither a stakeholder at the larger national level, much less international level, much less India-Pakistan level. He is an internal stakeholder. Government can talk to every internal stakeholder. In fact, government is duty-bound to talk to every internal stakeholder. The Jammu and Kashmir government will talk to all the internal stakeholders irrespective of their ideological predilections. And we refer to Atal Bihari Vajpayeeji's government, the previous NDA government, when the government itself, the union government itself had sought to engage with all groups, including Hurriyat. That was the decision taken in 2001. And Home Minister Advani ji travelled to Srinagar to talk with all groups. But this time, it is limited to the state government. It will engage with stakeholders, all stakeholders. It is important that this alliance engages with various groups in the valley, in Jammu and in Ladakh, encourages them to come into national mainstream by participating in the democratic process, in the elections. Indian democracy is vibrant. The People's Conference, which secured 2 seats in the valley, is headed by a leader called Sajad Lone, son of a very famous, reputed separatist leader called Abdul Ghani Lone, very respected leader in the valley. Sajad also travelled far in the separatist camp. But at one point he decided that no, I should engage myself in the democratic process of this country. And he participated in elections, won seats. And today, he took oath as minister in the PDP-BJP government on BJP quota, took oath in the name of protecting Indian Constitution. I am asking, is it not a good sign for India? Who was seen as a separatist, today joins the democratic process and takes oath in the name of protecting the sovereignties of this country, in the name of the Constitution of India. In fact, this is a message to all people that here is a great offer available to you. Come and join this democratic process. Achieve your political objectives in a very democratic manner. Leave the gun out of the people. To that limited extent, we decided that we will engage with all sections of the people in the state. But then there are issues that are dear to BJP. For example, the issue of the return of Kashmiri Pandits. In the common minimum program, we categorically said that we will work towards ensuring safe return of the Kashmiri Pandits to their valley. With dignity and honor, they should be resettled there. We will try from our side, we will ensure that they return to the valley with safety and security and settle down with dignity and honor. How to do it? We will take them into confidence. Whatever the way Pandits want to achieve it, we are ready to do that. The long-standing demand of the Pandits to return to the valley will be facilitated by this government. Not only that, there are hundreds of thousands of Pak-occupied Kashmir's refugees. In 1948, when Pakistan occupied large parts of Jammu and Kashmir, thousands of people fled that area, came to Jammu, came to Valley. They came as refugees. Refugees, under international law, enjoy certain benefits. The host government is expected to pay them compensation for the losses that they endure. Somebody must be having a big house in Mirpur or Muzaffarabad. He became overnight a refugee. He left behind his house, his land, his property. He needs to be compensated by the host country. But in last 50 years, 60 years, we have not given a single rupee to these refugees. Ours is the first government which has promised a comprehensive package to all the POK refugees. After 50 years, they are going to get a lump sum amount as compensation from our government. Similarly, there is a section of refugees, probably very few in this hall might be aware of this particular peculiar problem in Jammu and Kashmir. There is a section of refugees called the West Park refugees. About 300,000 or so, or less, or more, no final data is available. It can be even less. These are the people who came into Bharat at the time of our partition. Millions crossed over. It's a known story. They came to Bharat as refugees. They were welcomed. They settled down in this country. One of them became the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Manmohan Singh. One of them became the Deputy Prime Minister of India, Mr. Advani. They are well settled, completely integrated in the country. But about 80,000 people who came into the Jammu region of Jammu and Kashmir, along with the very same people whose names I invoke, they remained there for the last 60 years without even enjoying basic human rights. They are not recognized by the state government as state subjects. As a result, they cannot buy a piece of land. They cannot acquire a ration card. They cannot get a government job. They cannot even admit their children in any government college. They cannot go to a government hospital to enjoy the facilities that the government is offering. 60 years means 4 generations. For the last 4 generations, they are there, but they are not there. They are the slave people of a free country. 90% of them are scheduled caste Hindus. Poor, suffering. No government in all these 60 years has ever bothered to attend to their grievances. For the first time, friends, this coalition government is going to extend them all the benefits that are available to all other people in this state. Short of voting rights. The voting right in state assembly elections is available only to the state subjects. These people can vote in the parliament election. They are still not allowed to vote in the state assembly election. It is a peculiar situation in the state because there exists a separate constitution in Jammu and Kashmir. But to extend voting rights to these people requires a constitutional amendment not in Delhi but in Srinagar. That again requires 2/3 majority, which we don't have. Nevertheless, short of voting rights, all other benefits will be extended to these people. I think that is a very great service, a very humane aspect of the thing that we need to do as a government, which we are committed to do to them. The long pending demand of the Jammu people, or the people of Ladakh, or the people of Valley even, for the delimitation exercise. The whole country has undergone this delimitation exercise. Whereas in Jammu and Kashmir, this exercise has not been undertaken. And previous government, the Abdullah Parivar, went to Supreme Court and sought a kind of prohibition on delimitation until 2026. These are the people who claim that they are friends, they are pro-India, this, that. We, in the Common Minimum Program, have announced setting up of a commission to undertake this exercise of delimitation in the state. Friends, it is a very pragmatic document. In fact, Chief Minister Mufti Muhammad Saeed has described this document as de facto accession of the state, the document for de facto accession. There was de jure accession in 1947, when Maharaja had signed on the instrument of accession. But it's such a wonderfully prepared document whereby the whole Jammu and Kashmir state has committed itself to development on par with any other state in the country. In this arrangement, we have also had power sharing arrangement. The BJP has 11 ministers. The PDP has 13 ministers. The BJP has speaker. The PDP has chief minister. There is a coordination committee which oversees the functioning of the government. That coordination committee is headed by the BJP leader and deputy chief minister, Dr. Nirmal Singh. We try to ensure that Jammu and Kashmir state gets a truly representative government that takes care of the welfare of all sections of the society. And there has been a complaint from the regions of Jammu and Ladakh that they are being discriminated against in terms of the development of the state. In this document, we categorically said that the distribution of finances will be on an equitable basis. We will ensure equitable development of all the three regions. It's not an empty promise. The state's finance minister, in his very first budget this year, has proved this commitment in letter and spirit, and he allocated enough funds for the development of Jammu region and Ladakh region along with the valley. There is a genuine effort, friends, to give the valley, the Jammu region and the Ladakh region a government that gives the people a feeling that here is a government that is dedicated to my welfare. Nobody in the state should feel that he is left out, he is ignored, he is not taken care of. In the common minimum program, we tried to address the grievances, concerns of each and every citizen of the state. Yes, I reiterate, we have differences on various issues. It is possible that occasionally issues might come up where we are forced to disagree. There are issues of release of political prisoners. There is an act in Jammu and Kashmir called the Public Safety Act. Under Public Safety Act, sometimes the state government in its own prudence arrests people. One such arrested political prisoner, who is a known separatist face in the valley by name Mashrat Alam, was released immediately after the government was formed. There was resentment. We also raised objections to the manner in which the release happened. But there were certain legal compulsions. There was a Supreme Court order. A decision had to be taken in the case of releasing of people who were detained under Public Safety Act. But I would like to tell you that there is no larger game plan to release all the separatists in the jails. And for your information, under Public Safety Act, there are only 4 people in the jails in Jammu and Kashmir, only 4. One was released. There are 3 more. 2 of them were stone pelters. You remember the 2010 stone pelting? Young boys who were involved in stone pelting. One was a militant. Now you will see TV debates, shouting brigades in TV debates saying, lot of compromise with the security of the country. Hundreds of political prisoners are going to be released. They are not there. Where to release? But the campaign goes on. There was a statement by Chief Minister praising Pakistan and the separatists for the smooth conduct of the elections in that state. Any sensible person will be aggrieved by such statements, will be angered by, anguished by the statement. Everybody said that this is not the right thing to say. The elections in the state were held peacefully in a very successful manner. 65% turnout was there in the elections. Mainly because of the efforts of the security forces, the election commission, more importantly the people of the valley, Jammu and Ladakh. They came out in large numbers to exercise their vote, their right of franchise. But then Chief Minister in his Unified Command speech, or when he came to meet Prime Minister, he also thanked the Election Commission. He said because of the Election Commission we could conduct elections, genuine elections in the state. In the Unified Command, he thanked the security forces for conducting elections in a very peaceful manner without any violence. So where there is objection, let us raise our voice. We will raise our voice. But that should not lead to us concluding that something wrong is happening in the state. As long as BJP is there in the government, friends, I assure you, we shall not allow anything to happen that is against the interests of our nation. But so many good things are also happening. In your own state, Karnataka. Reviews there, he said there. He said 370 should go. That is his view. Government of Karnataka prevented him from entering the state. Government of West Bengal prevented him from entering the state. Government of Jammu and Kashmir allowed him to have his program, articulate his views freely. We will ensure that the nationalist voices have freedom in the state. Friends, the government is doing its best to fulfill the promises on the development front. It is important that here is a government which secured such big mandate, a stable government. On one hand, it has to achieve its political objectives, the kind of issues that I have enumerated, but at the same time, the main focus of this government is towards securing comprehensive development of the state. Many ministries that are important in terms of the development of the state are with the BJP. In Jammu and Kashmir, power, energy is the major ministry. In state's revenues, almost 60% of the revenues are through the energy ministry, power ministry, and the power ministry is with the BJP. Housing is with BJP. Urban development is with BJP. Industry and commerce is with BJP. Health and medical education is with BJP. Public works engineering is with BJP. Forest is with BJP. Justice is with BJP. Where you have a chance to offer to people something in terms of development, those ministries are all with BJP. PDP also has important ministries. PDP, Chief Minister traditionally holds the Home Ministry. Finance is with PDP. Education is with PDP. Tourism is with PDP. They also have an excellent opportunity to serve the people of all the three regions together. Where PDP has the senior minister, there BJP has the junior minister, Minister of State. Together, the alliance is committed to giving a clean, development-focused government to the state. Friends, Jammu and Kashmir became the first state in the country to have a separate energy budget. In the Indian government, we have a separate budget for railways. If the railway ministry is a very good person like Suresh Prabhu, you will have some good news in the railway budget. Whereas Jammu and Kashmir is the first government where the really important sector, namely the power sector, has been separated and a parallel power budget is presented. It's a very progressive government, committed to development of the state. We have to allow it some time. Two parties with distinct views on issues, on political issues, came together. It takes some time for them to adjust to each other, understand each other. It's possible that there will be a FAPA now and then. But rather than getting emotional about a slip of tongue somewhere, rather than questioning the intentions of people who are working towards the success of this government, we should give them space. After all, from our party, those who are involved in running this government are committed people. As I told you in the beginning itself, for 4 decades, 5 decades, they have been working for our party there, knowing full well that this day would never come. In their lifetime, probably they would never have a government in which BJP would be a part and parcel. Something happened today, we are in power. Friends, there is a lot of good happening to the party also. You know, I don't know how many states in the country have 7 MLCs, BJP MLCs in the upper house. In Jammu and Kashmir, we have 7 BJP MLCs in a house of 36 MLCs. We have never imagined that we will have so many MLCs. We will get more MLCs now. Politically also we are benefited by this alliance. We have a member of parliament in Rajya Sabha from Jammu and Kashmir, something that was unimaginable. Because if you want to have an MP in Rajya Sabha, you need to have a minimum of 30-35 seats. But today, because of the alliance, we have a member of parliament in Rajya Sabha. Today, Jammu and Kashmir has 4 BJP MPs. 26 BJP MLAs, there is a nominated MLA, 26 MLAs, 3 alliance partners, 29 MLAs, 7 MLCs, a formidable force in Jammu and Kashmir, BJP is today. And we are committed to use this political strength that we have been able to accrue through this through this alliance of governance. We are committed to increasing our strength in the state, in the valley also. It is unfortunate that in the valley we could not secure any seats. We could secure a good number of votes, but it did not translate into securing of votes. So we are committed to expanding our footprint in the state. Together with PDP, we are committed to giving one of the best governments that the state has ever seen. Probably the best government the state has ever seen. A non-corrupt, a clean, a committed to development government. That is the vision with which this government is working. Friends, one last thing I want to underscore. This government, for us, is like any other state government. This whole idea that you should look at Jammu Kashmir from the Pakistan prism or look at it from the international prism, we have to put an end to this whole tamasha. This is what gives strength to separatists there. Tell them that you are like any other state in the country. When we talk to you, you are like a person in Karnataka, you are like a person in Andhra Pradesh, you are like a person in Uttar Pradesh. Our approach to this government is that it is like any other government. Yes, if you are a Bengal government, you can have some views on India-Bangladesh relations. You can offer those views to Prime Minister Modi. If you are a Tamil Nadu government, you may have some views. You can offer them to Prime Minister Modi. Similarly, if you are Jammu and Kashmir government, you may have views. You can offer to Prime Minister Modi. If you are a Punjab government, you may have views. Offer to Prime Minister Modi. You are a Rajasthan government. You may have some views about border. You can offer to Prime Minister Modi. Nothing beyond that. This is very clear. Friends, I am closing, then we can have question answers. One last thing. Param Pujani Guruji, in one of his discourses, said something very important. In 1967, some states had what is called Samyukta Vidhayak Dal government. Seniors in the audience would recall. The Samyukta Vidhayak Dal government was a government, state government, in which those days Janasangh, socialists, with whom we had great difference of opinion, old Congressites, they all came together to form what was called the Samyukta Vidhayak Dal government. At that time, many people in the Socialist Party especially, Ram Manohar Lohia ji was the great socialist leader. In his party, many people used to criticize Lohia ji, saying that you fellow, you are sold out to the communalists. Now you have become a friend of Deen Dayal Upadhyaya. You have sold out the Socialist Party ideology. You have done treachery to our party's commitment, party ideology. You have joined hands with a communal party like the Bharatiya Janata Sangh. Guruji used to say, see, look at the socialists. Because Lohia developed friendship with Deen Dayal Upadhyaya, and Janasangh and Socialist Party came together on a larger canvas. They suspect the very intentions of their leader. Whereas on our side, everybody thinks that look at Deen Dayal ji, he is converting Lohia to RSS. That is how our people think. Friends, have faith in us. Thank you.
Madhav ji, for your very enlightening talk. I'm sure the many doubts and apprehensions which were in all our minds have been cleared by your very insightful talk. I request the members in the audience to please maintain the decorum of the floor for questions. Surama, I also request people asking the questions to introduce yourselves before a one-line introduction only, before your name.
My name is Nagaraj Charan. The BJP, the present government, should take strictly. The majority is Muslims there, and refugees from Pakistan also there. It is not so easy to have a coalition to bring a foreign government. This is what my clarity I will tell you. The PDP will not give any proper, they are all a priority for Muslims only. So this has been, this has been spoiled by the first Prime Minister of this country. He has given allegiance for them. And now with the BJP stepping, I welcome, I wish you all this thing. But what are the decisions, and they are giving any priority that should be reduced. The Kashmir is the Hindus, the Jammu Deepa. That I welcome in our, within 5 years, the people should be bringing in one in unique manner. I would like to know the answer to you.
As I said, as I told you, the government there is there to take care of the interests, protect the interests of all sections of the society. The BJP has 11 ministers, out of whom 2 are Muslims. The PDP has 12 ministers, out of whom there is a Hindu minister. Both parties are working together to overcome not only the decades-old problems on the ground, but also decades-old mental blocks. These also have to be broken. We are trying in the direction of removing these mental blocks. As I mentioned to you, the Chief Minister himself on record said that my priority is to bring people of Jammu and people of Valley closer to each other. He said it on record. This is my first priority. Now, as far as intentions are concerned, I leave it to your judgment. I, as a person involved in the process, would like to take a chance, would like to give a chance, would like to wait and see. If it is delivering goods for the country, for the people of Jammu and Kashmir, let us welcome it. People of Jammu and Kashmir have waited enough long. Let us give them a chance. If it doesn't work, don't worry. As I said, we shall not let any such thing happen that is not in the interest of the country and the people.
Bangalorean. You were very generous to the mainstream media, saying they're very patriotic. I wouldn't go that far. Thank you. I mean, I get that, but what I realize is there are a lot of things. I mean, for a converted like me, it wouldn't take too much effort to find out what the truth is. But there are a lot of people who really don't have that amount of time or the resources to go through to find out what exactly is happening. So the information that they get out of shouting matches, as you said, is that things have gone haywire. And I do not see BJP having a concerted strategy to actually tackle that. So there is, say, I mean, there is a huge section today which is converted and registered followers of BJP, and they do take the effort to find out. They have their own social media group. The direct reach out is there. But the other people do not get the information. And do you have any how media management is being worked out?
Management is always a very important, important activity for any political party. I do agree with you. Probably we need to do it better. I am not saying it because of Jammu and Kashmir issue. On many other issues, we need to do better. I know that. I appreciate the point that you are making. We will try and improve our media presence. We will try and reformulate our media strategy so that we can convey our message effectively to the larger masses. But many times, more than what we say, our actions speak. So we have to also take care of our actions. If our government perform well, if our government deliver, then whatever the media may try to paint, whatever the media may try to say, people have a chance to know, if they experience the reality, probably that's another way of looking at it. So on both sides, I do understand the importance of media and media management, although I hate to use that word media management. But then, for want of any other word, I think, okay, we will also try and improve that.
Hello. I am from Bangalore. What is concerned and what makes me feel concerned is BJP has come to power today with basically for two, growth and development. Can you not tell all our ministers to stay with only that and not talk about unwanted things like religion, days, 370 at this stage? Once we are grown enough to take charge of the whole situation, we'll think about it later. But I think central government should make all the people understand to talk about only the growth and nothing else, so that we don't give a chance for media and other people to talk unwanted things around. Thank you.
This government is committed to focusing on development alone. Many times, the opposition, which is facing a big crunch of issues to challenge this government, sometimes it tries to, rake up these very extraneous issues and try to make them as the main discourse. We should not fall into the trap. I will convey your sentiment. वहाँ का सोशल सिक्योरिटी का मैंने एक बात जरूर कही थी कि वहाँ जो जम्मू और कश्मीर के बीच एक मेंटल ब्लॉक है, वो दूर करना एक बहुत बड़ी जरूरत है। उसके लिए सरकार काम करेगी। विकास के माध्यम से एक गैप पूरा हो सकता है। गैप क्रिएट इसलिए होता है क्योंकि देयर इज अ सेंस ऑफ इंजस्टिस दैट इज फेल्ट इन सर्टेन सेक्शंस ऑफ द सोसाइटी, उसको हम दूर करेंगे। और वहां जो सेक्शन है, फॉर एग्जांपल द रेफ्यूजीज, उनकी समस्याओं को एड्रेस करना पड़ेगा, उसको हम बड़े पैमाने पे करेंगे। हमारी सरकार ने वहां पहली बार ट्राइबल मिनिस्ट्री का निर्माण किया। जम्मू कश्मीर में बड़ा ट्राइबल पॉपुलेशन है, पर अभी तक ट्राइबल मिनिस्ट्री नहीं है। वी हैव फॉर्म्ड ए ट्राइबल मिनिस्ट्री इन द स्टेट। ट्राइबल्स के वेलफेयर के लिए हम काम करेंगे। डिफरेंट सेक्शंस का, लेह और लद्दाख के डेवलपमेंट के लिए बहुत बड़ी बड़ी योजनाएं हैं। ये सारा सोशल एस्पेक्ट पे अभी ध्यान दिया जा रहा है। नॉट ओनली सोशल एस्पेक्ट, इवन कल्चरल रिलीजियस एस्पेक्ट आर बीइंग टेकन केयर ऑफ। अभी कल्चर मिनिस्टर, भारत का संस्कृति मंत्री जम्मू कश्मीर आज गए हैं। वहां शंकराचार्य हिल को लेकर और वहां हजरत बल को लेकर, जम्मू में कुछ हिंदुओं के पवित्र तालाब को लेकर, इन सारे विषयों पर बड़ी बड़ी योजनाएं सरकार घोषित करने वाली है। सोशल, कल्चरल, रिलीजियस एस्पेक्ट में भी अनेक अच्छी गतिविधियां यह सरकार लेने वाली है। दैट्स व्हाई आई अपील टू यू ऑल टू गो टू द CMP, कॉमन मिनिमम प्रोग्राम। इट इज अ वंडरफुल डॉक्यूमेंट, आई अर्ज यू टू रीड इट।
Union territory for Ladakh. what are you planning to do on that issue? Also, with regarding to the Ladakh, I want the central government to push for this railway line to Ladakh via Himachal Pradesh, not via Srinagar. Please take it as a priority. And the second question is, as Pakistan tries to interact with the Hungary, is there any plans for the central government?
Ladakh has great natural resources, power generation, lot of activities planned there, major power generation activities going to happen that will give lot of scope for development there. There are plans for new roads to be built from Jammu region to Ladakh, and of course there is a road link between Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh existing already. So lot of plans are there about railways. Right now there is no plan because the railways have to extend deep into the Kashmir valley first. From there it can go into Ladakh region also. From Himachal Pradesh it has to be explored, but otherwise we are committed to development of Ladakh region in a big way. As far as the other issue is concerned, some sections of Hurriyat on issues that are in the domain of India-Pak relations is not acceptable. This was conveyed to Pakistan very clearly. Engage with Hurriyat. On the issue of India-Pak Foreign Secretaries level talk, we took the extreme decision of cancelling the talks itself. And recently again the Foreign External Affairs Ministry has clarified. The clarification was conveyed to Pakistan also that on the issue of Indo-Pak relations, it will be conducted in the spirit of number one, the Shimla Agreement, which categorically states that it will be a bilateral issue, there is no place for any third party. Categorically says that as long as there is terror, as long as there is firing across the border, talks is not possible. This was conveyed clearly to the Pakistani counterpart. But if on Pakistan Day, the Pakistan High Commissioner invites you or invites somebody else, or Manishankar Iyer, somebody may be happy to run immediately like Manishankar Iyer. Somebody may go with caution. Somebody may go out of compulsion like VK Singh. Somebody may decide not to go. This happens.
Mr. Madhav, time frame for doing such a thing, because as you yourself mentioned, for the last 60 years, the governments have not been doing anything. So unless you set a time frame and deliver, I hope it will not be, the government will not be taken for its best strategy. So what is your answer for this curiosity on my part?
To prepare a government order for what needs to be done for the refugees. This committee will soon undertake the exercise of talking with all those stakeholders, then submit its report. I am sure it will not take too much time. Very soon they will come up with their proposals for rehabilitation and their compensation. It is promulgated that needs to be taken with a lot of care and caution.
Sir, my name is. We're looking at a problem of Jammu and Kashmir as a whole. Why don't we split it further down? See, none of the people in Jammu or Ladakh would like to go to Pakistan because we all know that it's a failed state. Why don't we try to integrate and remove Article 370 for the people of Jammu and Ladakh, integrate them to our mainstream of Bharat Desh, and then look about the problem of Kashmir in a separate way. The problem continues. The BJP has also come back to diplomatic terms saying that we are doing as per the constitutional law. I never see when this Article 370 is going to end. It may take 5 years. There is no time frame. As you said, we are following the constitution again. So this was Modi, but I am saying that problems should be broken down further. We should break it down to Jammu and then Ladakh and try to.
Thank you.
By India Studies in the United States, because it's not just mainstream media but also academics like Arundhati Roy also separate the Kashmiri separatism. What is your position on what the government's position on that?
Madhavji, I have a couple of questions which are connected to each other. First is on Article 370. Subramaniam Swamy clearly says that Article 370 can be abrogated easily with...
It's not diplomacy to talk about maintaining the status in Constitution. That is the present position that we have. We are not able to pass a Land Acquisition Act through our Parliament, my friend. You don't give numbers to us. You insist that 370 should go. Why don't you remove it from Jammu? Why are you saying from Jammu? We are ready to do affecting the sovereignty. Sovereignty of India in the name of Indian Constitution. That's the kind of effort that we have to make. We have to win over people to our side. How to do it? There are ways. Should we do it through the way of appeasing them? We say no. In a constructive engagement, through a constructive engagement, if you want to bring them over to participate in the democratic process, try it out. But this idea of splitting the state into three parts, friends, we don't have any such plan. Let me be clear. As far as some academics are concerned, yes, again I said, it's a space that, this so-called freedom of speech, freedom of expression, enshrined in our Constitution, guaranteed by our Constitution. They are free to articulate their views. Have equally forceful academic views on our side. Like, you have mentioned about Arun Kumarji. People like him, let them articulate the alternate viewpoint. Let it be popularized. Let us see. People are intelligent. They take the right decision based on the available pool of opinions. Answer the views with the views, not with anything else. So that is my position on that. As far as 370 or 35A of the Constitution, all of them are concerned, there you have the views of two legal luminaries. So between them, let them decide. As far as the conventional wisdom goes, it requires 2/3 majority in both houses of Parliament. Subsequently, it needs to be ratified by Jammu and Kashmir government. It's a position right now, constitutional position. Having said it, there can be ways. If people are intelligent, you can find ways of doing things. I remember, after the First World War, a lot of, fines were imposed on Germany. So Germany became bankrupt. Large indebtedness. Based on that sentiment of oppression, indebtedness, a cruel person like Hitler could rise to the leadership of the country. A very ambitious, cruel leader. He was ambitious, he was cruel, so he had his own way. He told the people of Germany that, okay, the Americans have imposed so much fine on me. I'm not going to pay. Go, what you will do? What can America do if I don't pay? And that was his solution. Then he went for a very nasty war. So I am not suggesting any such solution. The conventional wisdom is what I told you, that it has to pass through a test in the Indian Parliament. Subsequently, there are certain formalities to be completed. As I said, nobody's lifetime is guaranteed. I mean, you may want it happen tomorrow, but if we have that necessary strength, probably it will happen. Otherwise, we have to wait for the opportunity. Probably if people of Jammu and Kashmir decide.
We are in a very funny situation with regard to water sharing. We have water sharing treaty with giving them certain quantum of water because of the water sharing treaty. But the funny part of it is, we don't have any water sharing treaty with China. From where the water originates? You have a treaty to give water to somebody else. We will give. I am not saying we won't give to Pakistan policy. Not realistic. I don't know the subject.